And welcome back to the Don't Make This Weird podcast. I am one of your hosts, Heather, and tonight we have Tony, and Nate is filling in at Chris's seat for now.
I guess for now.
For a minute. And sorry, and I said Tony. Usually you say hey, but he's just
Hey.
I guess he doesn't like you guys. And our special guest, we have Jeremy, one of our really good friends back in the studio.
Emphasis on the special, please.
Special.
It's the haircut. That's what makes it special.
And
birds of a feather usually die of the same poison water.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going for that West Nile.
Ew, I don't want any of that crap. Let's go for the North Nile.
Well, that's the way you start a show, buddy.
Welcome to the shit show.
There we go. We do not have Chris with us tonight, but it's understandable. The roads are getting crappy. However, Jeremy drove all the way from
Howell.
Howell.
All the way from Howell, yeah.
And,
it was, I didn't think it was too bad. I had to
but
pass
you got
a few people.
You got a big pickup. You probably passed. No, you didn't pass.
Well, and the thing was with the pickup truck, I kept it in two-wheel drive, so it was all rear wheel. But every once in a while, if it starts getting a little squirrely, I'll switch it into 4-high and
don't blame you.
Motor through, but I didn't do bad.
Nice.
Oh, we already have some people in chat going. Sasha says the opening song sucks. LOL. Sorry, I had to bust Tony's chops. If anybody doesn't know, intro song was actually done by Tony, and Tony kind of stuck around. Yeah.
Tony's.
Ava says hey. Shelby says hi, y'all. Candy Ray says hello. Tiffany says, hello, people. Been a long time for listening of y'all. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We're glad that you guys are here. As you guys know, or if this is your first time actually tuning in, we do shout outs when you do get onto the chat. And when you comment, I generally do read what you write.
She just sucks at pronouncing names.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I'll admit it.
Okay.
That's why you're just Jeremy, even though I know your last name's easy.
Yeah. I use the adopted German name versus the old original Polish.
Oh.
You got that sorry list started, right?
Yes,
I do.
Let's do an apology to the Polacks.
I was already going there.
So I guess I can apologize to myself.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for apologizing. Hey, I'm a fellow Polakian.
Apology accepted on your behalf and mine.
And Kelsey's back, our friend under construction production. She said, I'm back, suckers. Can't get rid of me that easily. We really don't try to get rid of any of our listeners because then we'd have only like 4.
You got the hit list started too, right?
You want more? You want like 5.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, so we generally have 5 listeners.
Right. Yeah. Chelsea said she wanted to be put on the top of that list. So
I will, apologies.
No, the hit list.
Oh, the hit list.
Yeah.
Right.
Hit list. They just keep on coming.
If the key to it is you want to keep an odd number of listeners no matter what.
Oh, so like 103.
3.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you have an odd number,
yes,
then that odd person is always looking for another person to share in the joy of listening.
That's right.
So then they're hunting out there.
Exactly.
So as soon as you get 2, you're like, get a 3rd one.
That's right.
You hear that, guys? If you like our show, share us. Get people listening. We need odd numbers here. People.
Odd numbers. And that plays into the whole motif of the show.
That's right.
Well, if they're listening
odd
to us,
people,
they're all odd.
That's right.
Yes,
they
they're
could be
weird.
all odd. Exactly.
That's okay. You guys are some of our favorite weirdos. Also, Ava says that she takes offense to that Polish reference. That's okay. It's 2019. We're expecting everybody to be offended.
Of course.
Yes.
And you're on the sorry list.
You're already on the sorry list.
The great part about being offended is nothing happens.
Right. Guess what?
Except for later at the magic table.
For a while, and then I dropped it off at somebody else's house.
What happens is there's
wood or metal?
It was that plastic shit.
Oh,
yeah. I took offense.
Yeah. So what happens is you just join the rest of the snowflakes that are coming down from the sky.
Yeah.
Hey,
is she truly offended over there? That'd be very interesting.
No, I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, my grandma wore babushkas and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So
did mine.
I'm not offended.
Okay, so my birth name and my family's mom's side of the family is Soika, and then
is that Russian?
No, well. I mean, Poland is pretty close to Russia, but it's Polish Czechoslovakian, and then we've got some Verbanovics, Droskowski. There's a couple names in my lineage. Yeah, and then a great Polish mom and son married into a good German family, so now it's Gibbs. All right, why don't you just slap me in the face?
It's kind of how
I'm a foot shorter than all of them, and
You want to? Yeah, one of my crazy things with mine is I'm actually one of the tallest women on my dad's side, and I'm 5'1".
Wow.
I know, it's pretty crazy. But we also like going back to the name things. Like on my mom's side, it's Bessler Gray Check is one of the Gray Check.
Yeah.
And somehow Dingle. One of the last names is Dingle.
Did they marry a dangle?
I don't know.
Or a berry?
I don't know.
That would be awesome.
Barry Dingle.
You join the army. Dingleberry. Yes, sir. Remember, I had a friend years ago. He was actually married to my cousin, and his name was Richard Long, and he went by Dick, and he was in the military. And he told us the story the first day of boot camp. The drill sergeant come walking through, and he goes, "Dick Long," or he goes, "Long Dick." I bet you like that, don't you, boy?
Oh God.
It's funny. We were actually looking up names the other day on the road, me and Nate, and it was so funny because he pulls up the definition of his name, and it's gift of God or gift from God, whatever it was.
God's gift.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, my name is Noble Broad Clearing.
Noble Broad Clearing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anthony Bradley.
Yes.
I'm like, what's noble about broad clearing?
Anthony is the noble part, right?
Yeah, it's Greek.
Isn't it amazing that very few people look up their name and find like dickhead or asshole?
Right.
Oh, my name means asshole. Did you guys know that? That's pretty
High
cool.
five,
They're
bro.
all pretty positive.
That's under Joey Strange.
Wow.
He has a reserve spot now.
Is that a shot over the bow or straight into the front?
Right between the eyes.
Right between the eyes.
See, I guess then after that, I guess I'm lucky because my name means little purple flowers on the edge of town.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I'm cool with that.
I think my name means something.
Cheers. Your name means cheers.
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 I got my Di Serono. The intern is taking care of me with my ice.
Oh, that's what I forgot to crack was my bottle of wine. It's called Carnivore. It's a Cabernet.
Oh, really?
Doesn't
No, I
even
take Carnivore. It's a probiotic and prebiotic supplement.
Yeah.
Pills. Have you ever tried that?
No.
I told you about it, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's awesome for heavy meat diets.
Yeah.
And I eat like 2-3 steaks a week, and I had steak tips last night.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
No steak.
It was a
We
big
had
spread.
I forgot what we had last
They're steaks gluten free.
It is. It is. That's
Steak's
true.
gluten free.
But, however, you do have to watch seasonings.
Speaking of gluten free, shout out to Mitch Gill.
Oh, Mitch.
It's Get Room Comedy Club, January 25th.
Yeah.
Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 8. Tickets are $15. He actually has some pretty sweet comics. Mike Ball is back.
Mike Ball. I'm trying to get him on the show.
Oh,
folks.
yeah. Mike is hilarious. Robert Jenkins, Nick Pizzuti.
Don't even try it, bro. It's Nick.
And then Joanna
Nick P.
Miranda.
All right.
Nice.
See,
She's
he
a
did
hottie.
better. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me
See,
try this
she's a hottie.
nickname.
She just skips those names. I heard her.
I know.
I
She
listened to the
does.
show. She's like
Nick Pizzuti.
Pizzuti. Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't think that's
Suzuki,
right.
is that what you're trying to say?
Pizzuti.
It rhymes with snooty.
And that is on January 25th.
Or duty.
January 25th.
She's reading off the card.
January 25th,
You want my glasses?
2019. I know. I don't have my glasses.
Dude, doesn't it
Dude.
suck?
I have a new
I think
pair.
I told you guys last time. I was like, I'm looking at my glasses and what power are these? I couldn't read the power along the band to see what I'm like. I need another. I posted on Facebook. I'm like, I need another pair of reading glasses to read the power of the reading glasses that I'm currently using. How pathetic is that?
Is that like reading glass inception or what?
Yes, exactly. We're going to go like 4 levels deep.
I just got a new pair of glasses. Well, I'm getting them. They're sent in, but the ones I have now are from like 2014.
Okay. Just for reading? Or like a bifocal?
Everything.
Yeah,
everything.
everything?
No bifocal.
Okay.
Bifocal.
That's like 16.
No
volts.
bifocal.
Wow. Just drop the F-bomb on those.
Finish that.
Benjamin
it.
Franklin.
Okay, so
Proud.
yeah, that's Mitch's show, January 20th.
20th? I thought it was
Or January
25th.
25th. Sorry, my bad.
Wow.
Heather handed me the card, so I went for a minute.
January
Hey.
25th at Brentwood. The doors
Brentwood,
open at
yes.
6. Shows that goes until 11.
It's funny.
Starts at 8.
The top part of the flyer here is in black and white, and it says, "Black and white." Me says, "Come on to my show on January 25th, 2019. Don't worry, the show's in color."
Oh,
Now,
Mitch.
do you think that's a subtle racist thing because there's one black guy in the show,
It may
Mitch,
be.
or the fact that
You know what? You can absolutely infer any type of racism in any type. Did you hear the lady this past week that was ripping on the one guy?
Oh, it's
for
sponsored
being
by Woody's
for being
too.
a white supremacist, and he turned out to be a totally a black guy who's very
Oh my
articulate.
God.
And she assumed because he was articulate that he must be some white dude. And he got on there and like Twitter or something like that and just shredded her.
That's awesome.
Twitter is shredding all kinds of people these
Yes.
days.
But yeah, there are other upcoming shows, 3/9/19 and 4/19/19, and all of this is sponsored by Woody's.
Woody's and
Woody's.
Caro, where you
Yeah,
can
Caro.
get yourself a little love shack.
Dude, the hot tub there is incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a hot
Do it
tub.
up.
Mhm.
Yeah, see, that's the thing
Yeah.
is we can't be considered racist because we have an Asian.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Going back to the chat now.
And a Pollock.
That's right.
Two
it-
Pollocks
Yeah,
today.
because if you definitely look at what I'm wearing right now, because it's
Right.
cold outside, I got boots on, leggings, and a skirt, and my winter hat. I totally look like a Pollock right now. That's okay. I'll take it. So say sorry to the
Sorry
Pollocks.
to blonde Polacks.
Yep. Kelsey says she's going back to the whole height thing. She says I'm 5'2" and my mom is 5'1". Of course, I lord it over her whenever I can. Hold it, I'm thinking.
Gotcha.
And then she says every inch counts. Take that as you will. Sasha just chimed in. So
No, you can say lord it over. That's a phrase. So
Yeah.
you can hold it over somebody, but you can lord it
Lord
over.
it
So
over.
she's like
So
that
she might,
inch,
yeah.
That's right.
That
Okay.
inch is like I'm the lord of you.
Oh, okay.
Praise the Lord.
I fell for that
No.
before. I've
Right?
heard that before from some.
I'm gonna
somebody.
lord this over you.
No, every inch
No?
does
Yes,
count.
yes, my lord.
My lord.
Milady.
Sasha
Milady.
says, so my name is Russian, means defender of helper of mankind. Oh, and Putin is an uncle.
See, all positive names.
Yeah, but
I
she's
want somebody to go. My name is blank, and my name's Dickhead.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Joey
on the
Stern.
topic of names. His means God will uplift.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Look at that.
See,
You know what that means,
Yeah, it
right? He's a
means-
cult leader.
Well, shit. Kick him out. He's gone.
Well,
yeah. If I was, you guys would have come to my compound versus me coming to yours.
true.
Whatever, David Koresh.
You'd be like, here's a little.
I was.
All right, Charlie
Listen.
Chaplin, calm down.
We were actually accused of. We had a church for 10 years. It's still actually active in name.
Yeah.
I haven't done any services recently, but we were actually accused of being a cult.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And dude, it was a New Year's party.
Okay.
Somebody said something about touching my daughter.
Yeah.
Right. And all of a sudden CPS is on my door. I'm like, no.
What the hell?
They're like, well, your daughter. And my daughter's like, nobody touched me. You people are idiots. You know? And so this lady's like, well, we heard rumored that this might be a cult. I goes, give me the definition of a cult.
Right.
She goes, well, she couldn't give me the definition. I goes, okay. The definition of a cult, C-U-L-T, or occult,
Yes.
O-C-C-U-L-T, means to keep it hidden or to hide something.
Right.
The general definition. And she's like, oh, I said, you walked right into our house. We broadcast all of our services and our Bible studies on YouTube.
Right.
And I'm like, what about that in any way is hidden?
Yeah.
And I said, we're an open church. We advertise all over the place. What are you talking about? She's like, well, there's a lot of people. I'm like, yeah, we've had a few people that do internships and actually live in the spare bedrooms of the big house. We had an 8,000 square foot house. Of course, people are like, hey,
Right.
you remember Jovan and
Oh, yeah.
Pat and Ashley?
Yep.
You know, I'm like, yeah. And then we had all of us. So with the 6 kids, 5 kids, and then some.
Yeah, there was like 37 people in that house.
But did you have Kool-Aid?
No, I hate Kool-Aid. We had
All
wine.
right. See,
We
there
had
you have
wine.
it. Wasn't a cult.
And
Duh.
Di Serono. See,
but
yeah,
that's the funny thing about people. Just the misunderstandings are amazing.
well, and you can't forget Bill being the most epic mixologist forever, because
Right.
that man could make a drink, and you wouldn't even realize that you were drunk until 4 hours later.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
you're halfway, well, 3/4 the way through a half gallon of vodka.
right. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And good news on that front.
Yes.
The president signed the
Yes.
the prison reform bill.
Yes, I did.
And at this point, Bill's been in contact at least once every 2 weeks or a week, and then email as well. You've been emailing him?
Yep. No, I haven't been emailing him because I've been having difficulty with that, but I've been talking to him almost every week.
He's calling you too?
Yes.
Excellent. So
Yep.
Yeah, dude, he could be out real soon, and that's just a blessing, man.
April, May-ish is what the numbers add up to be.
Yep. Absolutely. So that's phenomenal.
He's coming on the podcast, and we're going to have a blast.
Oh yeah, dude. And then we're going to do some get some legal battles rolling because
absolutely,
we need to right the wrong that was done to him in the first place. And we won't go into detail on the broadcast, but he was he was involved in some stuff, and he felt a responsibility and a conscience. He had his conscience. So he pled guilty to some stuff, and instead of them understanding that he was just small cog in a big machine, they literally threw the book at him, and just hit him hard. But I know he'll be the first one to say that it's changed his life, and in fact he was talking about he was leading church services. He's been leading them for quite a while there with the chaplain,
at least the past 4 years that I know of. Because it was shortly after he had went away. And we were actually praying over the phone, which was incredible. But he was telling me about how he's got he's had his foot in the door with the chaplain. He was actually teaching the cooks in the kitchen how to cook better and more healthy.
Oh, Bill's a hell of a cook.
And I'm just like, me and Nate were talking about it. I'm like, dude, when he gets home, trust me, we're going to have barbecues that the whole neighborhood will show up to.
This will be something, we'll figure something out. But remember the idea I floated before he went away?
Oh, yeah.
Was food in the spirit.
Yes.
So usually you go to a restaurant that says food and spirits on the restaurant. Well, I wanted to call it food and the spirit. And what we're going to do is one of us will pick the meal.
Yeah.
Whatever dish we want to do.
Yeah.
We'll cook it up right there.
Yep.
All the cameras on us. And I've got 5 cameras.
Yeah.
So I can do a 5-camera shoot right now.
Nice.
So we'll set it up. We'll cook it up. But then our conversation is going to be either, it doesn't have to be tied into that particular meal, but we're going to have a really good conversation that's uplifting and encouraging, but at the same time, cook something.
Yeah.
You know how we've had great conversations in the kitchen, just hanging out in the kitchen, dude. You've been there for some stir fries at my place too.
Oh, we've killed so much food and conversation, and hours just gone by.
Oh, it's a blast, dude. It's an absolute blast. So I'm looking forward to that with Bill, plus with the construction company and stuff like that, and some of the things on the horizon. I want to, he's a hell of a salesman and just a great guy. So I'm hoping to.
Well, and the camaraderie among peers, I mean, it's insane because Bill was one of those guys and still is. Everybody's all inclusive. Yeah. And you, whatever it is you're doing, hey, come on in, man. We got something to do for you. And it was always that he would sit down and talk with you.
Yep.
And pick out the best parts of you and show you how to refine them in a better way. And it was so humbling.
Oh, yeah.
To have a guy like that in your arsenal.
Absolutely.
And then you get to drink drinks and smoke cigars with him and watch Captain Kangaroo.
Did we watch Captain Kangaroo?
We totally did. We were actually sitting in the office after we had closed one of the deals, and it was like, hey, man, what's on YouTube?
And it was Captain Kangaroo.
So I pulled up an old episode of Captain Kangaroo, and he's like,
that is awesome.
Are we seriously smoking cigars and watching Captain Kangaroo? And I'm like, we are totally doing this right now.
Where are the playing cards? 'Cause I'll pull one of those bitches out of there, and you can play solitaire with a deck of 51. I mean, let's do this all the way, buddy.
Oh, absolutely.
For those of you that are a little bit younger and don't know what that is, look up that song.
Yes. Flowers on the Wall.
Flowers on the Wall.
Yep.
Beautiful song. Beautiful
one.
song.
I mean, I'm younger, but I know it.
Younger, right? You can lie all you want, Heather.
No, okay. So yesterday we had an appointment and we were talking, me and Adam were talking about like the age difference between him and I, which is 11, even though I say 10 a lot. And
she's a cougar.
The guy that we were talking to, he's like, which one of you is older? And I was like, me. And he goes, no way. He goes, I really thought Adam was older than you. And I said, no, I'm going to be 39 this year. And he goes, okay, stay at 39. Don't ever tell anybody else your age.
39?
Like, oh,
okay, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm 46. What are you, 40?
I'm 42.
Two. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that's where it comes in. we're relaxing today because I was up late last night playing hockey. We won the game 6-2, even though I was really drunk.
Is there any other way to play hockey?
I usually do not play hockey with any inebriation. And what happens is I have my Tuesday night, which is 30 and over. That's the team that I started. Great group of guys, but I was just not feeling it Tuesday. I wasn't sick. I wasn't anything, but I just, one of my defensemen is also a goalie. Yeah. And so I texted him. I said, we got enough players tonight. I'm taking the night off. You play goal. So they texted me after the game. They won the game 4-1. I'm like, great, good job, guys. We did win the championship last year. So
sweet.
But then on my Wednesday, so I've got Tuesday night. And then Wednesday at 4:00 is my regular drop-in. And a drop-in is just where all of our regular guys show up. We divide into light and dark colors. Yeah. And then we play against each other. And we play the first team to 5, and then the goalies switch end, and we go till 5 again. And so that was pretty good. We went back and forth. So I won the first game, or I lost the first game. The other goalie, I won the second game, and then we tied the last game. So it was great because then there's total parity. You won one, I won one, and we tied. So after the game, everybody's in the locker room drinking beer. Yeah, and they get me. I don't drink regular beer, so they get me Reds.
Oh Jesus!
So. One of our skaters actually owns one of the party stores.
Nice.
And so he supplies all the beer. So he brings me Reds, right? Well, lately, the last 3-4 weeks, he hasn't had regular Reds in the can. He's bringing me those wicked ones that are 8 ounces, the big 22s. And he's bringing me this. And I'm like, okay, we're out of hockey at 5:30. I've got to skate. I got to be on the ice again at 9:45.
Right.
Not just, I got to be at the rink at half an hour before that.
Right.
So he gives me this wicked. So I'm drinking that in the locker room. Everybody's having fun. We're just chilling out. And then they're like, where are we going? So we go down to one of our regular bars that we go to. Yeah. That's where I had the beef tips. It was great. I ordered beef tips. Somebody else ordered a couple big plates of sriracha shrimp, the big sriracha shrimps. Yeah. And then somebody ordered a big plate of calamari. Somebody ordered a big plate of boneless wings. And then somebody got a pizza. So we were all sharing all of our food with each other. It was fabulous. And so then we're drinking. So the owner of the bar comes over and he says, I just love you guys coming over here. And we're pretty close with him. He's like, I'm buying you the next round. And I'd already had the wicked. and then I got to the restaurant and I ordered what I get is a Angry Orchard with a shot of Fireball in it.
Oh God. Why would you do that?
Well, it's called an Angry Balls and it tastes like cinnamon apples.
Wait, so you were drinking Angry Balls?
Angry Balls, exactly. It's fun to order it because if the waitresses don't know, they kind of look at you like, eh. So anyways, so I ordered.
It's like, that sounds like herpes.
So she's like, hey, Don's buying you guys a round of drinks. What do you want? I goes like, I guess I'll take another one. So she brings me another one. So I'm an 8 ounce 22, and then I'm doing a Fireball shot in this Angry Orchard. And then I do another one. So then one of our other buddies goes, dude, I'm buying a round of shots, rum shotta. So he buys a round of rum shotta shots for everybody.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, dude. Then just before we leave, somebody else buys a round of Fireball shots. I left the rink, dude, and I didn't realize. And I got in my truck I left the bar, and the rink was like a half a mile. Yeah. So I drive down to the rink and I get out and I'm like, I am fucked up. And I was running late too. And I'm like, wow. So I'm racing into the rink and I get in there and everybody's like, are you drunk? And I'm like, I believe I am. And they're just like, everybody's getting dressed and they're running out. They're like, hurry up, man. I guess you don't want to warm up. Just get out there. And I'm like, oh shit. So one of the guys, he's like, are you going to be okay? And I'm like, you guys are going to have to play really good in front of me. And I got out there, dude. And I shut them out for the first period and the third period. And they scored 2 goals, like almost back to back in the middle of the second period. One was, I made the first save. And then the rebound went right to the guy and he popped it over me. And the second one, my defenseman and I miscommunicated. He was just catching the guy and saw me moving out on the guy and thought I was just going to poke check it away. And I thought he was going to, knock his stick away. Yeah. Neither one of us did shit. So he just shot it right between my legs. And I'm like, and they're like, what the hell? Are you drunk? And I'm like, that had nothing to do with it. Dude. So actually we played a really good game. So long story, really long. Today I got up at my normal time in the morning, did a bunch of work in the barn, and then about 4 o'clock, I was like, I'm gonna sleep a little while in my chair.
You
So
can do that.
I was relaxing, and the whole point of that was I threw on Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark
Love that movie. We
On
just
my-
watched that the other day.
on my big screen,
Oh, nice.
and we actually measured it today. 210 inches.
Are you
What?
serious?
That is the size of my screen in the man cave.
Nice.
210 inches, which is for non-inch people, that's 17 foot 6 inches. So 17 foot 6 inches, that's the size of the screen out there, and we were relaxing. But he said, and that was the whole point of this story, which how long did that take me?
4 hours later.
4 hours later. Was
Hours.
during the middle of that movie,
Yeah.
She goes, dude, you were not this beat up before. And he goes, it's not the age, honey, it's the mileage. So going back to Heather 39 versus Adam, you go, it's not the age, it's the mileage.
To which I would add from room.
Because there's some people, it's like, you put a lot of miles on that chassis, haven't you, buddy? Yeah.
That's why I look like a homeless person most days.
Apparently, I haven't put that much mileage.
Can't be homeless, Tony. We can stick you in any front yard and put a cap on you.
You could be a gnome.
That's what I'm saying. We can stick you in the front yard. And
Okay,
you're good.
Charles Manson.
Normal. Tony starring in Gnome Alone.
Shut up. No, it's Nomeo and Juliet. Get it right.
Oh, Sherlock
Gross.
Gnome.
It's Sherlock. No.
I just want to go and buy you a gnome hat. Now I just gotta do it. But yeah,
Get him a nice one. You got more chats over there?
we have a little bit going on. Let me see. Ava was commenting on what her name means. She said her name is Ava and it means bird, and it is Latin.
Nice.
Kelsey said, got a problem. Which band sang Flowers on the Wall? 3 different bands came up, to which I said Sattler Brothers. I believe that's the one you guys were talking about.
That's the original, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Sasha agreed.
Yep.
And then she said, dang, when I was talking about the age difference between Adam and I. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
said,
And the
LOL.
cradle.
I said, LOL, Ava, best relationship I have been in. So
Yeah, the cradle will rock.
that's right.
And I
Yeah.
said rock.
It usually doesn't bother me until we're like this year, our class reunions are coming up, both of ours. His is 10 and
So
mine
yours
is
and-
20.
Oh, Jesus.
Hmm.
You know, when you go to your spouse's class reunion and you're in 2 different decades,
Hmm.
yeah, you might be a cougar.
You might be a
We
cougar.
should do that as a stand-up. You might be a cougar.
Yeah, might be. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay
And
with
here's your sign.
it.
Because I'm my own grandpa.
No,
No,
no.
no.
Kelsey's trying to see if she says, how about a trade my 24-inch flat TV for your TV? Gaming on that will never be the same.
Super Mario Brothers is like 3 foot tall. I'm telling you, it's epic.
Nice.
The boys, I've got the PlayStation out there, and the projector is 4K 3D.
Nice.
And they literally, I mean, we threw a couple movies on when I started getting it set up, and it was gorgeous. And they threw on one of the games,
Yeah.
and it was Kenny and Vince,
Okay.
and they were spazzing out. They're like, oh my God, look at this. Oh my God. There was like Battlefront 2.
Okay.
So the graphics are just
Oh, yeah.
epic. And they're like, oh, look at this. It's like 10 foot tall. They were going off.
I would love to play a game like Connecticut on something like
oh
that.
my God, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That game
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah, and it's a blast to have. We're gonna do a big Super Bowl thing, and so I was texting one of my buddies because a bunch of people came over. We actually ended up having a pre-Super Bowl jam,
Nice.
and so we jammed out. There was a hockey game, so we jammed for the 2 intermissions
Right.
while the Red Wings got their ass kicked. And so, but I had the big screen on with the hockey game.
Yeah.
And so everybody that came was like, the guys sounded great. They jammed out. It was awesome. And Jeremy's got a fucking badass man cave out there. It's just, because I got everything out there. I got the pool
Oh, yeah.
table and the foosball. It's even more epic than the last time.
I was going to say, did you get the pool table finally leveled?
Oh, the pool table. Yeah. Pastor Ken came in, dude. He came in for the one party, and he's playing, and he gets halfway through a game and he just stops.
Yeah.
And he looks over and he goes, I can't take it anymore. And I'm like, dude, I've been moving so much stuff and cleaning so much stuff. I have not even messed with it.
Right.
And I got an epic set of pool balls
Okay.
for like my birthday.
Nice.
Like they're these gorgeous. If you look them up, they got like a swirl pattern to them.
Okay.
So they're just badass. And then my mother-in-law found this cue ball with a skeleton hand on it with the middle finger up. So she bought the cue ball. So I'm like, yeah, this is the cue ball saying F you, balls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we stopped by the spinning wheel to say howdy to Chris the other day in Bay City.
I cleared the table and kicked his ass.
Oh yeah, just straight up mop the floor with me.
Wait, Tony. Okay, Tony's. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He had more balls on the table. I swept the table and fucked his ass up.
Yeah, we kept scratching because I swear to God that pool table was like, nope, you're not gonna do it. It's like chalk's still free, right?
Right.
Hey guys, I just got. I'm not trying to cut you off there, but I just got another update for the next shows that are coming up. So I figured I'd share with our listeners who we've got coming on. We've filled up the schedule until March. So
all right.
Yeah, so
right.
the 24th we have Gabe Humphrey. He is one of the jugglers, clowns, however, whatever he does out there at the Renaissance.
Booper.
He's Booper, the clown out at the Renaissance Festival. Awesome guy, really cool, down to earth guy. Lots of fun. We've got him.
Wasn't he the Herald this year?
He was.
That's
Yep,
what I
he
thought,
was the Herald this year.
The Queen's Herald.
Yes.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah. So
Nice.
he is coming on the show on January 24th. 31st, we have Chris P. Bacon. He is a guy that you yeah. Hey.
Crispy bacon.
He
You got it.
he supports local bands, and he's going to come on and talk about some of those and the different things that he's helping them with, I guess. And
Absolutely.
so that's January 31st. February 7th, we have Bill Petzold. And I guess he is a musician, a local musician.
Petzold. I went to school with some Petzold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I know Bill?
We know Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
William
He's in
Petzold.
another band in Vassar.
Billy.
Yeah. Little Belly. Little Belly. Tisha knows him.
Yeah, he reached out, and I guess he's going to be coming on the show.
Did I go to? Go ahead. Sorry.
February 14th, Michigan Media Man Brad Glassford will be joining us in studio.
Oh, Brad Glassford's coming into the studio.
Yeah.
The Brad Glassford.
The Brad.
All right.
Okay, yeah, he'll be joining us the 21st. Back by popular demand, Christina and Dave from Stone Cottage Farms will be joining us again.
Oh my God, that's gonna be awesome.
They were one of our really. A lot of people listened that night when they showed, when they came on, and
Illegal cheese.
very cool
Just saying.
people. Very cool.
Fucking great.
Illegal
it was.
cheese.
Yes.
That's the way you want to do it, dude.
And so we are.
Why can't I get milk that's not boiled and stirred to shit?
You can. It's called goat milk, and it's wonderful.
Well, you can buy a share in a cow and get raw milk too.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And then we're gonna end out. So we're ending out February, awesome, because we've got them coming on, and then 28th we've got Orla Bora coming.
Oh
back.
my God, yes, those guys are awesome.
And also we are in the middle of booking We the Infamous again, or We the Infamous and Infamous Quick.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Nice.
So
those guys are awesome.
thanks.
Infamous Quick is sick, man.
Yeah. So we've got those two. Hopefully we'll be adding them in March.
Infamous Quick is the lead. I think she's the drummer. Is my friend's mom.
What's really cool is Infamous Quick, the lead guitar player,
Yeah.
is actually the sound guy at our church.
Oh, nice.
So anytime it's like, "How you doing today, Brad? We gonna sound good?" Yeah, I got you,
Brad
brother.
plays
Yeah,
an
yeah.
Infamous Quick.
Yeah,
That is
Brad's
sweet.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it's so cool because
I
like
thought I realized him.
every time Brad's running sound, he's like, "Dude, I'm bumping your lead guitar.
got
They
you.
can deal with it."
Nice.
Yep. So that's our lineup right now, and we've said this before. If you guys are interested in coming on the show,
Yeah.
hopefully you're interesting. Just kidding. Message us. I mean, we've had a lot of people. come on.
Breathe in.
Okay.
If you are a Polish racist with a really cool positive name,
Yeah,
And
We
you
might
own
have
an
a-
Asian.
and we
And
might
you-
have a slot for you.
and you can pull off wearing a skirt and winter boots that have fur on them that are not Uggs. You can come on the show.
With Mitch Matt socks.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as you keep your shoes on, nobody knows. Man.
So just shoot us a message on Facebook or
mean.
shoot me a message on Facebook. And I'm, dealing with a lot of the booking right now. Tony deals with the booking.
Yep.
Give us a message and we will see what we can do to fit you in. We're trying to fill up the schedule so we have somebody coming in for you guys every single Thursday.
Yeah.
And we'll get through that.
I guess I should get the scheduling sheet done then, huh?
Get that
You
done.
should probably do that, man.
I'm working. I got it. I don't need you, Nate.
I had to get. Oh well, thanks.
Man, I don't need you.
I'm listening
I had to
to
get
like
the
the
names
last
to put
3
into the
weeks,
sheet
and I
in
was
the
out of
first
town
place.
or doing stuff. and
I'm pro.
I'm like,
I know.
I would be there, but I can't be there. So.
You're right. Well, and our boys at Solid State Radio, shout out to Sean and Adam,
Yes.
who are awesome. They restream our stuff on their platform, which
Right.
is just totally cool.
Yes.
And apparently we've been in pretty heavy rotation by demand because
Nice.
people love what we do.
that is
That's
cool.
great.
So love them guys. Thank you guys
Yeah,
for all your
That's
support.
awesome.
We're gonna
SolidStateRadio.net.
Yep. Actually, you can go on there right now and type it in. Of course, listen to our show first.
Right. You don't want to miss any of this.
Yeah, you don't want to
craziness.
miss any of the shenanigans.
You don't want to miss any of it.
But yeah, you can.
SolidStateRadio.net.
They
Don't make this weird.
That's
See?
right.
That's how it should be.
I know.
I'm gonna talk to Sean
You
about
wanna
that.
come back?
That's right.
We can do some
Right.
voiceovers.
That's right.
So they play us on Saturdays from 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
They restream
Saturdays
us.
now.
Yep. So we do our Thursday show live, so you guys can get in on the chat,
Yep.
talk to us, ask us questions, whatever you want to interject. I will read them unless it is too weird for me.
Well,
Yeah, don't make it weird.
Right.
Don't make this weird.
My bad.
But yeah, it's great. I mean, we love those guys, and they just did Live at the Picks, and Mitch was there. It was so cool. Mitch just got back from New York City. In fact, his show is coming up January 28th, which will be episode 8.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So
He missed the last one because he had the comedy show going
the
that
comedy
night.
show.
So
So yeah,
and it was New Year's.
Mitch's Fake Radio every last Monday of the month. Tune in at 8 p.m. and we throw down on there. I never get to speak on his show.
Nope. Only
So-
one person.
Shameless
yep.
plugging.
Irma
That's right.
Thurman.
Nice.
Only
yeah.
Irma Thurman gets
If
to talk.
you guys like the ridiculous shenanigans you like here, go check out Mitch's Fake Radio.
You won't be sorry, and it's
no.
only an hour of your time.
Yep.
I mean, really, and it's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Sorry. You won't be sorry.
and there will be a new episode of Audio Cops.
Yes, if you missed the last one, maybe we should give them a taste of that.
Should
Can you pull that
we
up?
give him a little shout out?
I
On...
love sharing Mitch's stuff.
All right, we're gonna play some Audio Cops real quick.
Oh gosh, I don't know if you've heard this, Jeremy.
I haven't heard it.
Okay, you
I'm
have.
excited.
All right, guys. So listen, this is going to be Mitch's Fake Radio Audio Cops. Maybe 1, 2, 3, go. He's looking. He's scrambling. I put him on the spot.
Hurry up, Tony.
Now put your hands on the steering wheel where I could see them.
Yeah, wait a minute, man. I didn't do nothing wrong, man.
I'm just doing my job, sir.
In your stupid time, man.
Audio Cops is recorded on location as it happens. All suspects are considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. My shift here. Gonna get going. I never know what I'm gonna run into out here on patrol. Just gotta keep my eyes open, you know. Keep a lookout. Glad I've got my partner. Justice, my canine unit.
Where's he
He's a
grabbing?
good partner. He's got my back in most situations.
Oh, he's grabbing him in the back.
Although he's been very tired lately. He's got into a couple of the drug seizures that we've had. He gets into the confiscated evidence and he thinks they're dog treats and winds up eating them. And it's not always the best. It doesn't have the same effect on dogs as it does on humans. So he just winds up getting very tired. So you never know what I'm going to run into out here. Got a blue SUV up ahead. It's been speeding up and slowing down, driving very erratically. I think I'm going to pull in over here, get them to pull over and have a talk with them, find out what the deal is. See if they're possibly driving under the influence or maybe texting or something. I always appreciate it when people pull off the road, if they would. eventually pull over. Looks like he's right. Oh, speeding up a little bit. Oh, looks like he's just trying to make that light. Then maybe he's going to pull over for me.
Just follow for a while.
There he goes. Go up here and take a look. Take a look over here and see what's going on. Yes, sir. You're driving very erratically. You're speeding up, slowing down.
I'm driving fine,
You're
man.
swerving back there. I'm going to need you to
No, I wasn't. I'm driving
step
fine.
out of the car, sir.
What a hassle. What's up?
Thank you. Want to put your hands out to your sides, straight out,
I don't want
like you're flying. Have you been flying, sir?
no, man.
Okay.
No.
I want you to touch your nose
Touch it.
with your right index finger on your right hand.
Yeah. Got that.
Good. Now your left.
Yeah, I
It's
do
good. Can
that.
you stand on one foot, sir?
Watch this.
Whoop. I guess not. Okay. Can you walk on this line right here, sir?
What line?
Heel to toe. Heel to toe. Right there.
Whoa.
2 steps, not bad. Sir, I'm going to have you perform a breathalyzer.
Oh, man.
I know. I'm sorry, sir, but
What's up?
I think you may have been drinking.
Yeah, I've been drinking,
I'm going to have you
man.
perform a breathalyzer here.
What? What?
Blow on this real hard. Harder, sir. I'm going to need you to blow real hard, sir. Blow. Blow. Sir. Sir, are you okay? Sir. 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 Get up.
You pass out for lack of air.
Pass out.
I'm not drunk. I'm asthmatic.
Pretty sure I've got a Subway coupon in here. It's about time for lunch.
Wow.
Oh, wait, get a foot long for the price of a 6-inch on that Asiago cheese bread. That's really good.
That is good.
I'm done. I'll drive back by, see if that guy got up off the ground, and if he didn't, I'll guess I'll have to call somebody.
What do the cops call when there's an emergency?
Audio Cops was recorded live with the officers of law enforcement. Listen for future episodes of Audio Cops.
Very nice.
So there will be another episode of that coming up, and I think everybody is anticipating that.
Doing production about with that whole thing, because here's the thing: the only part that he recorded live was the officer part. Everything else we did in the studio.
Mhm.
Right.
It was hilarious when it all came together, and I'm like, "Oh man, you got to hear this," because I was doing all the mixing and everything. And just before we did the live show, I played the whole thing for him.
Yeah.
He was pissing himself laughing. He's like, "That's me.
Oh,
That's me."
awesome.
Yeah, that was
Oh
awesome.
man, stupid cop.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna.
Hey,
That-
watch
that's
this.
Two steps.
Two
That-
steps. That's,
that's
not too bad.
not bad.
Dude, that's ain't bad.
My favorite part is the breathalyzer. Where you drunk? Take the breathalyzer.
Harder, sir. Blow harder.
So that's something that's just some of the stuff that you could hear on Mitch's Fake Radio. And
Oh, God,
we
yeah.
produce it here in studio
Yeah.
and Solid State Radio
Spit it out.
re-airs him. And what day is he? I want to say it was Sundays, but Sunday's not. That's
I
another.
think it was like a Tuesday afternoon thing.
Okay. Yep. So
At some point, it's on that.
Yeah.
at some point you can
At some
listen
point.
live on
At some point.
solidstateradio.net.
Solid State Radio.
So
.net.
yeah, that's I always like sharing those things
Yeah.
because he's hilarious.
Sharing is caring.
It is.
And we love
It is.
Mitch's material. It's hilarious. He actually got to do some stand-up stuff in New York City.
That's cool.
And he got a pretty great reception
Excellent.
doing stand-up there. And he was telling me all about it because we were doing pre-production last night. And I was just like, oh, man.
We had a lot of
That'd be
fun.
great.
Yeah.
He wants to do another road trip back, or he wants to go back to New York City, and I'm trying to convince him to do a road trip.
Right.
Oh, man.
That would be
Road
cool.
trip.
That'd be very
Trips are
cool.
sweet.
I got some stuff going on in the chat.
What's
Brad
up
said
with the
that
chat?
Media Man closing in on 25 years in the business.
Nice.
That's cool. And he also said that I get to be on Valentine's Day. All right. And then he was commenting that it was is it Statler or Statler?
The
Brothers.
Statler Brothers.
Statler Brothers.
Statler. Okay,
Yeah.
so Statler Brothers. And Candy Ray said, my poor cats are trying to figure out where the sirens are coming from. And then Sasha says the bad guy's voice sounds like Shelby.
Yeah, it does. It totally does.
I wasn't doing nothing, man.
Hey man,
There you go.
this, man.
watch this man. Oh yeah,
You know you have something funny when people automatically start quoting stuff.
Oh,
from
yeah.
that. It's good stuff.
That's what's so funny about it, because he came into the studio and he's like, dude, I got an idea. You remember the show Cops? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, what if you do that like the whole mind theater thing, only it being all audio?
Mhm.
And I'm like, I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the OnStar that him and I did. That was
Oh,
pretty
God.
fun.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I mentioned that in front of Mike Ball at the show, and he's like, he was talking, and I'm like, yeah, I've been on his show twice, and he's like, wait a minute, he won't let me on his show, and Tony's like, he won't let me talk either. I said, well, gotta have tits. I'm not sure that that's the reasoning.
Do
but
beef tits count?
beef? What?
Front titties, back titties, front titties.
God. You do not have to have both sets, but yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I got moobs, so
Yeah.
not moves, moobs.
No,
Moobs?
it's just gotta be titties.
MOOBS.
Yeah, no.
Oh man,
Doesn't work
boobs.
that
Yes.
Yeah.
No moobs. Sorry, man, you're disqualified.
The only thing you get is the Gibbs suit.
That's what you
Your
get.
Yeah, but
cleavage
it's so
is-
comfortable.
Your cleavage is getting pretty close to needing some support there, buddy.
You need some.
Just grow
You need
that
a little
belly.
uplifting.
No, you know the cool thing about guys is when they start to get too much man cleavage going on,
Mhm.
they generally have a gut that supports it. So
That's right.
Oh,
I'm building a bigger roof on my tool shed.
I think that's why mine's not working out
your
anymore
tools
for
are
me.
not that big, bro. Water's cascading about 4 feet off where your tools are sitting. Trust me, man.
It's one hell of an overhang.
You move right from a 6-pack into a double kegger. Nice job.
Oh my gosh.
What's on tap tonight?
More beer.
Left turn, left turn.
Left turn. No, I know joking about the whole being overweight and all that stuff, but
Yeah, you can't joke about it. You're
I
leaving the Fat Kid
can't-
Club.
I can still.
No, you can't.
So yesterday, I'm segueing, man.
So then
So yesterday,
yesterday.
Before you
Adam,
move on,
what?
tell everybody how
What?
much you have lost.
110 pounds.
Awesome.
And
That
that's
is
and that
fabulous.
isn't before. There was part of that before surgery and after, because I
Right.
am on the 6th. It was what? I gotta think here. 4 months. September to
Almost 5.
almost 5 months.
Wow.
And so part of that was before the surgery though. But there's like a lot of Wait.
6 months.
holy shit, almost 6 months already.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been
Time flies.
It's been nuts.
Gluten free.
Gluten free. Oh no, that's not all of it. But so like all these little things that come up with the weight loss is crazy, because at
Yeah.
times I'll stop and I'll be like, that doesn't even look like that's me. That's what I look like now.
Yeah.
But yesterday Adam and I were walking side by side down the stairs I'm like, wait a minute. He goes, honey. And I said, what? He's like, do you know what we're doing right now? And I'm like, yeah, walking down the stairs. What's the big deal? And it was like, oh, I couldn't walk next to you up these before. I don't know. It sounds funny, but it's like I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a cool thing.
It is a beautiful thing to see a cougar and its prey walking side by
See,
side.
I knew
Exactly.
it. Uh-huh. Yep.
But that's awesome. All joking aside,
All
that's
joking
awesome.
aside,
Congratulations.
I've lost a
Yes,
stripper,
Very nice.
according to Chris.
Yes, you have. You've lost 110
Shedded
pounds.
110
Uh-huh.
pound stripper.
Is that close to losing an atom?
Almost. Yeah. I think I've got about 20 more pounds and I've lost, or 29 pounds and I've lost an atom.
Wow.
Wait, no. 20.
Yeah.
About 20 pounds and
Hey,
I've lost
baby.
an atom.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's a total, it's crazy.
So
And
did you leave her at Bronner's so she could get covered in glitter?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of
Bronner's.
course.
She works at Bronner's.
Her name is Peppermint. Can't be cinnamon.
She's a striper.
Striper.
Yes.
Stripper.
So I've got some people in the chat. Shelby says, "Hey, I'm not that bad of a person here. Why would you pick on me now, Tony? Why'd you
Bullshit.
blaming
Fuck
you?
You're welcome.
It was Sasha."
I'm
And
not
nobody
paying
is
for your therapy.
to which Sasha chimes, and nobody's picking on you, Shelby. There's nothing wrong with you, hun. So she's just picking on you.
Wow.
Inadvertently. And
Who's
then
picking on who?
no, nobody's picking on nobody.
Is that a Polish joke?
Yeah. Kelsey's saying, you want to know what's gluten free? Steak. I know we discovered
We just said,
that.
yeah.
Steak.
Shelby
Steak
says-
is gluten free. You know, I don't eat. People would be like, you want some vegetables? I'm like, no. My food eats vegetables, so I don't have to.
Right.
I will say though, because I've been given this gluten-free thing a legitimate go.
Yeah.
And of course, I fall off the wagon every now and then
You
because I
do.
love pizza.
Well, I mean, I've cut back on bread
Right.
tremendously. You know,
I've been eating fresh produce as
Yep.
much as I possibly can.
excellent.
I've been doing yoga since right around Christmas.
Did you try
time.
that DVD I gave you?
Yes, I'm working on the fat kid yoga.
See?
I heard. Now,
Here's the great part
can we
about this.
secretly record that because they
Yes.
make a lot of money with these type of expose.
Nobody
clicks.
wants to see
And
that.
I heard, well,
I
no,
look like a
you say
lopsided potato trying to ride a roller skate.
but you say nobody wants to see that. I certainly don't want to even think about seeing that.
Well, here's the better
But
part: is that
somebody out there will pay money to
I'm naked
watch
doing
you
Ew.
doing naked yoga.
that's right.
Ew.
Naked
I mean,
yoga.
I mean, when you look at some of the stuff that's out there that people watch,
Yeah.
this is a money-making opportunity.
Now,
No,
if I
I
look
don't-
like Chris Hemsworth instead of Danny DeVito, I'm sure somebody would pay for that.
But look at Danny DeVito's career.
Nobody wants to see Danny DeVito doing naked yoga, though.
No.
Are you sure?
Mm-mm.
I'm pretty positive. That's like watching
Well,
Ron Jeremy.
You
do
could have asked you if
Mhm.
Danny DeVito, if anybody want to see him be an Eminem, and there he is being an Eminem, getting hit by a bus and knocked into the produce stand. So I mean,
But no, the point that I was getting to is I had to go
what's
buy
your point?
some more jeans. Okay. Because, obviously, fat kid rips out the
A
crotch.
little coat.
So I go try jeans on, right? Now, normally, I am a 36-29. Right?
Okay,
Waist.
36.29. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought it was
So
tubby.
for whatever reason, I'm like, screw it. Jeans never fit right, so it fluctuates between two sizes.
So he got leggings for yoga.
No, I did not get fuck that shit.
Come back to leggings. I got a story. Zai.
Okay, so anyways, I grab a set of 33 30s, thinking, wishful thinking, right?
Right.
Try them on, didn't have any problem buttoning them, and they fit almost perfectly.
They were mom jeans.
What
No, they weren't.
what was the almost part?
Well, of course,
Oh, they're a little floppy in the leg.
little floppy in the leg.
But that's so you can wear your fancy boots.
Well, and that's the thing is I also fit 34 30s comfortably. I went down 2 jean sizes since I've been doing this.
Fabulous.
And I'm like, this
I've been
is
taking some
incredible.
brain force and went up to jean stages.
I know, right?
Slow down, bitch. I want to get smaller than you just for a little while.
And he doesn't have fancy boots. I do.
I know. He's got like
Fancy
I have
boots.
I have Star Spangled Banner cowboy boots
Those are awesome.
with
he's
pointed toe.
fabulous badge.
I'm fabulous.
Why don't you wear
bitch.
those while you do yoga?
No, I don't want to
Because
break my
they're wood
nucleus.
toes. And
So
yeah.
I found this out. Okay, so a lot of, especially the one restaurant we go to, pretty much all of the waitresses wear yoga pants.
Really?
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons that the guys are like,
It's a privilege, not a right.
they're like, let's go to that restaurant, and we're like, and me and my other buddy are like, dude, every once in a while we can go to a place because of the food. Now this is not so like nobody wanted to go out to eat like last week.
Yeah.
And so him and I are like, let's go to Outback. Not that the other place doesn't have good food, but you want, you know,
Right.
to change it up. And
Diversity, yeah.
they're like, the other guys were like, we don't want to go to Outback. Ain't no hot chicks there. Ain't no yoga pants. We're like, dude, we're going to get a steak, man. We just played hockey. Are you kidding me? And so, but our one waitress, Erica, she's a sweet little gal. And we talk with her a lot. Well, I found out that she like at one point leaned over the table and 3 or 4 of the guys are like, they're like jabbing each other. And I'm like, what the hell are you guys? And they're like, I'm like, oh, yoga pants. So I said something to her. I said, hey, you got to be careful with the yoga pants. You got a bunch of guys here that can't really handle that. She goes, they're not yoga pants. I goes, oh, do tell. She goes, they're lounge pants. I'm like,
Jesus.
what? They're lounge pants because, and she showed me the ankle part, and the ankle was like a pleated fabric.
Yeah.
You know, instead of being straight down, it had this kind of not ruffle, but you know, it was ribbed.
Yeah.
And it just swashed across the bottom of it. She goes, that's what makes them lounge pants. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll make sure. I'm like, duly noted. So like for the, and of course we were drinking heavily last night. So
yes, of course.
Periodically I would just go, lounge pants to the point that one of the guys was like, dude, calm down. I'm like, what? I'm just lounge pants.
You're clarifying that they are lounge pants instead of yoga. This
Lounge
is very
pants.
important.
And she's turning around laughing the whole time.
So speaking of lounge pants and yoga pants and great food, not that any of these things have.
Oh, they correlate.
They correlate.
I heard last week when Chris was talking about the waitresses. It's like, listen, they expect you to be their girlfriend and come wait on the table and be all cuddly with you.
Yeah.
They get better tips that way.
Of course they do.
Before you go into that, though, I have to catch up with chat. Sorry. There is a lot going on with these comments. So let me get back here. I have to go back because apparently Sasha said something about just like Asians walking their dogs before eating them.
Shut up.
Not just Asians, Venezuelans.
You get in the pot now.
Shelby.
Just tape the lid shut. Damn it.
Shelby says, how do you know if a Chinese tried to rob your house?
The dog's missing.
Yeah, that's
the
all he
computer's
said.
updating and the dog's missing.
The dog's
Yeah.
The computer's updated.
Oh, gosh.
Did you want better, Shelby? Fuck you.
So there's more.
By the way, we took your dog and updated Windows.
Sasha says, oh, come on, Tony. You know you want to wear a pair of nut huggers.
No, those are called grape smugglers.
Kelsey says, I would pay to see Tony in yoga pants extra if they're leopard print. And Shelby said, or stretchy pants. Candy says, even more if they have a ruffle butt.
Sometimes you wear stretchy pants.
Shelby says, or tighty pants. What
No,
are tighty
see, here's
They were
the leopard print
expensive.
was back in the 80s, and those were leather pants. Thank you very much.
They
Hey,
were-
I'm
they
still
were
digging on the
fabulous.
leopard print.
So
Shush.
I will wear leopard print leather pants any day of the week. I grew up in the 80s. I was proud of that shit.
We had the leopard and the cheetah print nut hugger underwear. You remember those?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we were styling.
Hell yeah.
We wouldn't go anywhere in those except the house. But
I love that line in the movie Rockstar with Mark Wahlberg. It's like, hey man, do I got too much foundation on my face? He's like, I don't know. I just keep putting this stuff on until I want to fuck myself.
wow.
Oh, best one-liner of the whole movie.
Are we caught up yet? Come on, Heather, keep it
No,
rolling.
Everybody keeps saying, I'm
Well,
eating
we
a-
gotta.
I'm eating a
gotta
pistachio.
we've got to interrupt and comment.
Take
and
my
then
nuts
you
out of
can-
your mouth and read what's going on in the chat.
Yummy pistachios.
Yuck.
They're salty nuts.
Listen here.
Look at harder.
Listen here. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. You left your pistachios by me. They are getting eaten.
Do I eat your nuts at your place? No, I don't go to your
Probably.
house and
I
go,
don't know.
hey, Heather, give me your nuts. I want them in my mouth.
Let me ask
Eat
Adam.
the shell.
Adam, does he eat you?
Hey, no.
Anyway.
I said your nuts, not
He
Adam's.
said nothing about
Do you have
Adam.
nuts?
Don't pull him into this shit.
Adam's
Or are you
are.
nuts?
Oh,
Adam's
I
are-
am nuts.
Do you have them in a
yes.
testicle lockbox?
No, I do not.
I'm
not that kind of lady.
Adam's Timon to his Pumbaa. Or, I'm Adam's Pumbaa to his
Spit it
Timon.
out, Tony.
So, and then Shelby says you get home and your maths homework is done.
Your
Your
math
computer's
homework's done, your
upgraded.
computer's updated, and your dog is missing.
Okay.
Oh,
there
by
you
the
go.
way, dinner's on the stove. It's your cat.
Kelsey says, "Oh, Tony, were you the one who wore spandex?" Question mark.
No, but we wore
Sasha
parachute
says,
pants and the
Mm,
MC Hammer pants. I had a pair of those.
No, see,
Those
I
were
never had
parachute
to.
I got
pants.
sent home from school, the
I had a
private
pair.
school, for a
Right.
pair of parachute pants. I was fine.
Yeah.
Until they actually saw that there was webbing just above the knees, and they were like, I'm like, what? I thought we were all about modesty. These don't hug my crotch.
Right, right.
No, they're like, you need to go home.
See, that's the thing is when I was going to school, I was either wearing incredibly tight jeans that you had to put on with like Crisco and a pair of vice grips,
Right?
or leather pants because it accentuates your bows, love.
If you're gonna
That would
crush
explain the
something,
hookers.
crush your own nuts.
Right. It's how you get those really high notes.
He's wearing the leather pants.
That's right.
They're underneath of his jeans.
it crushes your twigs and berries.
That's right.
These schnozberries taste like
I can always
schnozberries.
whip off the comfy jeans and show off a little bit of leather.
Sasha says salty chocolate balls.
I don't know. Are they?
Shelby says Tony loves his nuts.
I mean, they're on my nuts. I've grown attached to them over the 42 years I've, been around.
Also,
Or they
Tony
grow
doesn't even
attached
wear
to you.
pants half the time, Sasha says.
That
Porky
depends on
Pig
which
style.
kind.
Free balling.
Crisco nuts and pants. Boy, a lovely night in the studio.
That's right.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Although, hey,
Don't make this weird.
I'm
Too
all
late.
for updating that. Now it's coconut oil and leather pants.
I thought coconut was evil now.
No. See, they simmer my nuts just fine.
Gross.
Nice.
Do
They are
they, do they
smooth.
golden
You know,
brown too?
I don't know about all the stuff about coconut, but coconut oil is the oil that they use to make popcorn at the theater. That's why it tastes so good. It
Yeah.
tastes better. And I have a big jar of it in the man cave. So when I make my popcorn,
Mine's around here somewhere.
I do
over
the
there.
coconut.
Oh, yeah.
They're on
it's
the
over
shelf
there.
behind that.
And
Behind Heather.
everybody devours the popcorn.
Yes.
Zip up. You had the popcorn out. in
It
the
was
man cave.
incredible. Yes.
Coconut oil.
That was
Coconut oil and real butter from cows that eat the vegetables I don't want to eat.
Are those clove
Nice.
cigarettes?
Yes,
Those
they are.
cloves. Now, but
They're not the good ones, though.
they're not the good ones. If you want the good ones, here's a trade secret, children. If you want to know, you order coffee from Madagascar and they send you a tiny, like half an ounce of coffee. And underneath the coffee, magically, there's 20 packs of non-filtered DeJorms that taste freaking. If you haven't had a non-filtered clove cigarette, and I'm not a cigarette smoker, you know me, Tony.
Yeah.
But like a cigar or something like that.
Yeah.
A non-filtered clove cigarette
Amazing.
is the smooth. You're thinking non-filter. I'm like, it's the smoothest smoke.
Yeah.
And it is. It tastes awesome.
Yeah.
And they. I mean, I've gotten them where I've had it. I lit it up, smoked a quarter, handed it to you. You handed it to somebody else. You hit it. It passed all the way around. Like a doobie or something like that, because they
Right.
just taste awesome and they're so smooth.
Yeah.
And when Obama came in, he outlawed them. So now we got the really bad.
the knockoff welfare.
Yeah, they don't
kind.
even have the right paper on it. You got the brown papers now, don't you?
Uh,
That's the black paper.
yeah.
Black paper. Yeah, but the white, non-filtered. You touch them to your lip and that clove. In fact, Al,
Yeah.
when he's had real bad problems with his teeth.
Yep.
Where his teeth were hurting.
Yep.
He's like, Dad, you got any of those cloves?
Yep.
And I literally hand him a clove cigarette, and within 2 hits,
Yep.
his teeth pain is gone. Of course, he could just do some clove drops, but why not smoke it?
That's right. Same thing
some-
with frankincense.
Thieves oil.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a ton of. I know you guys were talking about it last couple episodes about
I know. I'm picking
the
at
essential
me.
oils. They're phenomenal.
Anyways, my
Sure.
point that I was,
What was your
getting
point?
to,
Salty
Sorry,
nuts.
I cut you off. Nut
Get to your
boy.
point, nut boy.
good
Cut his
food.
nuts.
Good food.
Oh,
Okay.
good food.
There's this
Oh,
place.
wait. You said good food, yoga pants, and lounge pants.
Yes, I did.
Don't leave that shit out.
No. I'll get to that part. Because me and was it Shelby? I think.
Shelby and I.
You cheat
Shelby
on
and I.
people.
No. Who was it?
Shut up! You're not the fucking grammar teacher.
No,
I've
he's
been
just
through a
a
lot
fan.
of that. I've been
But
through
I'm
enough of that shit
Tony's
today. I
buddy,
just got
so
out
I
of
can
school.
do
not
that
too long
show.
ago.
Shelby and I
Shelby and
went to this place called the Dig Cafe.
I dig it already.
And shout out to Corey, the cook, who is a badass.
Mhm.
This dude can cook anything, and it just tastes incredible. So we're sitting there at the Dig Cafe, Shelby and I.
See how subliminal that was? I
That's
just
right.
wanted to fuck with you. And it worked.
Me and Shelby.
me and Shelby.
And I,
Go in, Peyton.
Shelby.
So, anyways, we're sitting there waiting for the food, right? And straight out of Starbucks, like the Ugg boots, the
that was you and I.
lounge pants. No. This was
Oh.
when we went back there. Like
Okay,
a
sorry.
troop of them.
Oh,
You and I. What about Shelby and I? Now it's Shelby and I.
Yeah,
See?
Shelby and
Good
I.
job, Heather. Good grammar. Shut up, Nate.
I'm gonna come over there and stab you with my fountain pen right now.
Bring it.
okay. Go on.
So we're sitting there, and of course, I ordered
Nice.
some epic food.
He literally has a fountain pen.
Yeah,
Go
he
ahead.
does.
Epic food.
So this troop of Starbucks Stepford wife poochies come walking in. The fuzzy
Well, I'm
hoodies,
just a visual,
Poochies
dude.
or
It's-
hoochies?
the hoochies, like straight up
Oh,
hoochies.
I heard poochies.
Well, I mean, sure, whatever. I guess that's the.
He slurred his words again.
And of course, they're going, oh my God, they have grass-fed burger. That's like so organic. Oh my God, I'm gonna love this place.
Yes, bitch.
There's like 7 of these chicks doing this shit.
Oh, shit.
I am dying because all I could think of is all you need is a Starbucks cup.
Right?
Right in the Ugg.
Right in the Ugg. So
Dude.
I'm talking to Shelby the whole entire time, giving dialogue to this stuff, while 3 out of the 7 chicks are doing this. And I'm like, oh my God, I so broke a nail doing yoga this morning.
How do you break a nail doing
How the
yoga?
hell what kind of yoga are you doing?
What, did you trip while you were going in your downward dog position? Because there's no other way to do it. I fell as I was getting on my yoga mat and broke a nail. Okay, because yoga
bitch.
is like non-impact.
So he's pissing himself laughing. He's like, you got to stop. I'm going to spit my drink everywhere. And I'm like, whatever. I don't care.
It's not funny till it comes out the nose.
That's right. But no, it was great because all the cliches and stereotypes that you could possibly think of actually happened.
Of course.
And then this great food from Corey comes and we're just sitting there. I'm cracking up jokes and laughing and doing all kinds of other stupid stuff and still eating this great food and, you know, shouting stuff back and forth to Corey because he has listened to the podcast a few times. He's like, dude, I want to come on the show. It's going to be epic.
Right.
So yeah, that was my story with lounge pants, yoga pants, and great food. The Dig Cafe. Go check them out. They're in Frankenmuth.
Now the question is, do people like that?
Oh, dude.
Are they conscious of themselves? Because you and I, and pretty much everybody here and a lot of our listeners, we can drop into personas, we can drop into imitations, we can drop into
absolutely
that you know, mocking tones, or sometimes just having fun with it.
Yeah.
But we're conscious of ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, that's why joking with you saying Shelby and I, we're conscious of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder, because I encounter people like that of all different strains, you know,
all
not
the
just
time.
and it's like, are you literally conscious of yourself?
Mhm.
Do you pay attention to you? I know you're paying attention to me and you're looking at the organic beef and fawning over it, but are you paying attention to who the fuck you are? Because you don't see, because it's like, I'm the type of person, you know me over the years, Tony.
Yeah.
When I see a habit in somebody or a proclivity or something that somebody does that I really appreciate.
Right.
I will tend to incorporate that into my own personality.
Absolutely.
I will see something and I'll go, you know, I like the way that you answered or the way that you responded or the way that you your take on that thing. So I like that. You know, if you're articulate and you say something in a certain way, I'm like, I like that phraseology. You know, it's like we've all said it before. We go, oh, I'm stealing that. You know,
totally.
You said something and go, I'm stealing that phrase. You know, I'm stealing that terminology or whatever it is. And so I wonder about these people. I'm like, are you even conscious of yourself, let alone conscious of, you know, or are you just absorbing like an amoeba? You know, because amoebas absorb through their skin and they shit it back out through the same skin. I'm like, you don't even know what you're sucking in and what you're pushing back out.
Right.
You're just oblivious to your own effect on your environment. And then you wonder why they don't even wonder why their environment sucks. But I mean, maybe to them, they're so delusional that their environment's beautiful to them.
I honestly think it's the upper middle class version of Trailer Park.
Yeah.
because they're like out in droves. You cannot go to a Timmy's or a Starbucks or anything like that without seeing a plethora of them and going, what are you fucking cloning each other? Where the hell are you guys coming from? This is insane.
Right.
And they all act, dress, talk, assimilate the exact same way.
And that's what I'm saying. Are they just regurgitating what they're seeing? Are they just copying what they're seeing without any conscious thought of their own actions? What do you got, Nate?
I just had that aha moment. What the fuck was that movie we watched the other day?
Idiocracy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had the fucking aha moment right there.
Go in, Peyton. But that prime example.
He broke my house.
Yeah.
Idiocracy. I mean, oh my God. He has
water?
Yeah, he didn't see that yet.
Oh, he didn't see it?
No, well, no, he recently saw it with me, but he hadn't seen it before that. So we watched it, and I'm like, now do you understand what I'm getting at?
Dude.
He's like, oh my God.
The blue Powerade or whatever it was, Kool-Aid or whatever.
Brondo,
yeah.
Yeah, Brondo, it was green. It tastes like Gatorade.
Yeah.
It's what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
Dude, Terry Crews is
on
awesome
whose ass you're watching.
He interrupted me during Ow My Balls.
Ow, my balls. So yeah, but that's a thing to think about, because we think about ourselves and conscious of ourselves. I know it's like you can't be on radio and do the things you do without being semi-conscious of you.
Well, at least having a personality that is palatable to the rest of your listeners. I mean, it's so funny being in this goofy industry, whether it's music or broadcast or whatever, because it's such a fickle motherfucker.
Right.
But seeing the various different people that you get to meet in this industry and stealing little bits and pieces of personalities and characteristics to kind of mold your own and make it your own.
Right.
It's so cool because it's an ever-changing thing. I mean, if you're in any industry and you're trying to, one, keep up, or two, pioneer it.
Yeah.
It's moving so fast. What you're doing today is going to be immediately irrelevant tomorrow. So if you're a trendy person, which I'm not, I just do me, and people apparently enjoy it. And if they don't, fuck them. I don't care.
Exactly.
This whole conversation just made me think of somebody that we have had on the show before, who is just herself. She just is completely does what, but she's a really good person.
Yeah.
Her name is Crystal LaFay, and I know that she is a psychic medium. She does her own thing.
Right.
And I thought of her when you said that, the whole yoga pants and stuff, and she's no, I don't mean it like in a bad way though.
She doesn't fit that status quo.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. No, not at all. And I like her because she's her. She's herself.
She definitely moves to a beat of her own drum.
She does.
And that's one thing that I enjoy about her.
And yes, for sure. And recently, and I wish I'll share this link. I'm gonna need Nate to remind me later that I need to do this. She has recently been diagnosed, unfortunately, with a tumor in her brain, and it's they're still trying to figure out what to do, or because it's kind of further in there.
She's got a wicked cook hair.
But
get on some Rick Simpson.
Now she has her hair shaved off. It was bright colors, and just I loved it. So I've been thinking about her a lot lately, and as a survivor myself, I want to see her make it through this. Absolutely. And keep on praying and doing the the good vibes out there and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm going to post that there is a link to help her through this time right now, and
it's so important.
It is. And she's been asking, she's been staying positive. I mean, it's been awesome to see her just continue with her faith and everything. And so I will remember to get that link put out. So if you guys want to help donate to helping her through this time right now,
and support is so important.
Very much so.
Well, yeah.
Just being around. I actually caught up on a couple of shows over the holidays because my mom had another surgery on the 3rd of January. And, she's went through like 5. They're not minor, but they're outpatient. And they removed her lower eyelid because there was a carcinoma.
Yeah.
And they were hoping that they got it all.
Right.
And they actually stretched what was left of the bottom and pulled the top down. So she had her eye sewed shut for about 6 months. And then they cut it. And so she had the eyelid was there.
Right.
Well, she went back in. It was pretty devastating. They're like, it's back. And so I haven't seen her since I took her to surgery, and she was, had the patch on.
Right.
But she's called me up, pretty, she's on the verge of tears, and she's like, I took the patch off today, and and I'm like, how you doing?
Right.
Well, she went and got the Rick Simpson oil, and she's on heavy,
narcotics and stuff.
No. She's going heavy, all natural.
Oh,
She went to a natural path and got her on a ton of supplements and everything like that.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. They did, but the biggest thing is just the support,
It's funny you say that, because the movie that we watched after Idiocracy was Machine Gun Preacher.
Yeah.
And
that is a great fucking movie.
If you've never seen that movie, you have to watch it. It came out a few years ago, but talking about support, for just an insane cause, and
he rips them in that. He's like, look, you support all this other stuff,
right?
But I'm going over there and actually, rescuing people,
right?
And you don't want to give me money,
right? And that's the thing that it always blows me away, that people are so tunnel vision.
Oh yeah,
on what it is that they're doing, instead of just praying with a cancer patient.
Absolutely.
Okay, who gives a shit if it fixes it or it doesn't? It's there for support.
You know me, Tony. One of the classes that I would teach on the 6 foundations, it's in Hebrews chapter 6. It talks about these not laying again these 6 foundations. Well, one of them is laying on of hands,
right,
which we've seen in church be goofy and weird and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But the one main thing that I teach on is, I've seen spontaneous healing. I've seen people. I've literally laid hands on people. The Lord told me to go pray for them, and I've seen them spontaneously heal.
Yeah.
But a lot of other people, it was more important that physical contact.
Yeah.
And you find out when you actually study that out, that it's not just laying on of hands, but coming up and giving somebody a hug. I mean, when I pulled in the driveway before, I got out of the truck.
Yeah.
And the first thing we did was embrace each other.
Absolutely.
Big old man bear hug. and then I turned around and grabbed my stuff out of the truck, because that hug, that's the more important thing, is the contact. And so with a lot of people, no matter what we're dealing with, that physical contact, babies, when they're born, they did this horrible study in Russia.
Yeah.
Years, the study.
Yep.
Where they had all these babies that were born, and they put them in the orphanages, and they did this horrible study where they deprived them of
physical touch.
Yeah. And all of them died within 3 to 6 months of being born.
Yeah.
Because they were deprived of physical touch, just physical touch.
Yep.
And so when you find that out, man, you realize how important it is to, and there's stupid shit that goes on, and you got to be careful,
right?
What you do. But I was actually talking with my guitarist the other day, and he's never had kids. He's been close to being married a couple times. And my grandson, little Tay, he's 5, and he just, he's there hanging out, and we're having band practice, and he comes over, and he does what he does. So he comes over, and he's messing with everybody. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And so he comes over, and he jumped on him, and he's like, he's looking at me, and he's like, I'm like, dude, and he's like, okay. And he just started roughhousing with him and playing with him like that. And he told me, later on in the evening, he's like, dude, my brother has got kids, and I've had some other people that kind of look at me weird. And he says, like, dude, I have no other intention than to just, hang out with that kid and be friendly, just enjoy them. And he said, but some people look at you funny because they're like, what are you doing touching my kid? He's like, I'm not touching your kid. I'm in the middle of the rug in your fucking living room. What do you mean am I touching your kid?
Yeah.
Okay. There's weird stuff that goes on, but when I worked at, I think you were living with me at the time. So I know about the snoring that you guys talked about. Tony lived with me for a couple of years. It was bad. I love you, but your snoring is absolutely epically horrible. But anyways, I was working at a group home for boys, and they told us when we hired in, they're like, you can't touch these boys. You're not supposed to have any physical contact. And I'm like, you kidding me? Because they'd come in and they'd be like, they wanted a roughhouse. These were boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, if I've got another staff member or 2 on the floor with me, I'm going to engage these young men in some good physical contact. Nothing untoward, nothing bad.
Yeah.
There's 2 other guys standing here that are in, with me on the floor. Okay. But this kid needs a hug. He needs an arm wrapped around him, or he needs he needs a little bit of shoving around a little bit to it's contact, man.
Yeah.
And they just, you know, it was hard because you do have stupid shit and bad stuff that goes
Right.
on. I mean, I was molested as a child, so I understand the negativities. Yeah. So I mean, but there's also, we shouldn't shy away from the good stuff. And with people that are dealing with things, you know, sometimes that's what I've told people. I'm like, sometimes you just don't have to have all the answers, dude. And being a minister for years, it's like I don't have to have the answers, and I don't have to be the most articulate, and I don't have to be spouting off everything. And people go, "Oh, well, you cuss," and I'm like, "Yeah, I cuss." And so when we're doing broadcasts, when I'm doing church broadcasts, I will refrain as much as I can from cussing. Obviously, I try not to drop any F-bombs when I'm teaching, but you know, I will refrain quite a bit. But I'll also make the statement as, "Hey, I cuss."
Right.
And I'd like to moderately have adult beverages.
Right.
And I like to do all these other things. My focus is not looking like I'm holy, but actually being who God created me to be in all of its facets, rough or smooth. And that's what it is. And people respond to that. So just loving on people sometimes, just being there. You know, I had a hockey buddy. He had played goalie across from me. I remember celebrating with him during the summer. We're all in the parking lot, having a beer.
Yeah.
I was having Reds, but he was having a beer. and he announced, he said, "I'm cancer free."
Nice.
And we're like, that's freaking awesome.
That was awesome.
Okay. That was the summer. It came back.
Okay.
And end of December, I got the call or the text message and said, "Hey, would you mind if he skates, you know, plays goal, and you take the day off?" Because the other goalie was already set. And I said, that's fine.
Right.
He skated that skate, and 3.5 weeks later, we buried him.
Wow.
And it was, you know, cancer came back. And the thing was, what I take from that is the camaraderie. And I was there at his house, and I got there, and his wife, I mean, they had a 7 and 5-year-old, you know, and I mean, he was a pretty young guy, and he had some kind of cancer in his throat he was so drugged up at that point that he really, and I sat there and I literally just told him, you know, I said, "I don't know how much you can hear me,
right,
but you did a good job. I look around and I look at, you know, your family, and I look at your life, and I look at everything, and you did a good job." And that was the best thing I know to say to him. Is I said, "Dude, you did a good job."
Right.
And beyond that, I said, "I don't know all the right words to say to you,
right,
except to be here and to say, good job, bro. And you're not, you know, you didn't," because that's what men think about a lot when they're dealing with stuff like that, is that I take care of my family. Did I do a good job?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I just tried to encourage him that. And I came out and I kind of talked to his wife, and I said, "I don't know if I helped or anything like that." She says, "Just being here helps." And that's a big thing.
Going back to what you were saying about the whole hug thing. I mean, I've done a lot of research in psychology and sociology and stuff like that. And they've done so many tests in labs about the endorphin release and the dopamine and the serotonin of just getting a hug, and so much of that communication being relayed back and forth, literally at the flash of a synapse.
Yep.
How nothing is spoken. It's all physical.
Absolutely.
And to relay that to another person, I mean, because you don't know what somebody's going through.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's been several times where, you know, Nate will show up and I'm like, "What's up, brother?" We'll hug it out for a second. And he's like, "Feels good to be home."
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
it's
cool.
so important.
Yeah.
I remember my mom telling me that I didn't know this until years later. She's like, I was the first grandkid. And she grew up in a house that was not very physical.
Yeah.
Just didn't have a lot of physical interaction. And she said, "You literally," and I look at all the other grandkids that came after me.
Right.
And she said, "You literally taught grandma and grandpa how to hug." Because I was just a little spontaneous little kid who came and just jumped up, and I grew up not thinking anything of it.
Right.
And I remember the last, you know, a few times I saw my grandfather, you know, it was that normal, give him a great big hug, and he's giving me a hug. And I didn't realize, I'm like, he passed away like 3 years ago. So for 43 years,
right,
I was the one initiating that in the beginning. And then, and I look at the rest of the grandkids, and I'm like, you know, all those hugs, you know, but that's the thing is, and you know me with my kids, Tony.
Oh yeah.
I will make my kids come over and give me a hug. They got to, you know, they got to give me a kiss.
Yeah.
I'll love it with Tay or Hopi. And I'll be like, "Get over here." And I'll point to my cheek.
Right.
And they got to come over and give me a kiss, give me a big hug. And Tay said that to me. He's like, "Grandpa, I'm a boy." I'm like, "Yes." He goes, why you make me come give you a kiss? I'm like, because affection is good.
Yeah.
You give me a kiss right here in the cheek.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a kiss on the cheek. I'm going to swat your butt. I'm going to chew on your ears. I'm going to, but that little boy knows he's loved, you know,
Right.
and that physical contact is so important.
And now
yeah.
they're trying to so much go on after everybody who, like the whole, I'm sure you guys have seen the David Beckham thing where he gave his daughter, I think, a kiss on the lips for, you know, and there was a picture of it. It was like Christmas. And it's like,
Yeah.
Dude, get off.
that's your child. Like,
You know,
stop it. You know, not a big,
Exactly.
huge you
well,
know,
it's,
I understand there's a lot of stuff that's going around right now, but since when can we not love our kids?
well, the reality is the vast majority of the stuff that's actually going on is ignored.
True.
And
Right.
the good stuff that's going on is vilified.
Mhm.
Of course.
And it's just upside down. It's, you know, bizarro world. It's like, really?
It is so
That's
much.
good stuff over there. That's good affection. That's good stuff. And this shit that you should have called out years ago,
Is
Right.
now
totally
just coming-
ignored.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
you know, come on.
Yeah.
So what we're going back to is, you know what? Do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Be who you're supposed to be. Be true to yourself. You know, I know you, Tony, you know me.
Right.
We love on our kids. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
we make I mean, your kids, I guarantee, got to get a hug and a kiss before they go to bed. I don't give a
Yep.
shit how old you are. I left the barn today, and Vince and Bubby were there,
Yeah.
and little Tay Tay, and I said, Bubby, I'm leaving. Grandpa's going up to do the radio show.
Yeah.
He goes, okay, and I said, and he just laid there on the floor. He's playing with Legos. I said,
Yeah.
get up here, give me a hug. I'm leaving.
Right.
You know, okay, Grandpa. You know, he gets up, and of course, as I'm leaving, Vince is, you know, almost, he's 25.
Yeah.
You know, there's no hesitation. That's a hug. Love you, Dad.
It's
you know?
so weird with my son now. Not that it's weird for him. It's not weird for me. But, you know, before he was like, you know, knee high to a grasshopper.
Shorter than I was.
And now, you know, I'm looking up at him and I'm like, I'm going to give you a hug. Get
Right.
away from me. I don't want that kind of touch. And
I
I'm
don't
like,
give
get
a
over
shit.
here.
Yeah.
So I'll literally squeeze him to where,
Yeah. Yeah. And you got to get them through that awkward phase because they want to kind of break away from it. But sometimes in
Yeah.
that phase, it's exactly what they need.
What's really cool about it though is there has not been a single night that he's been here. I mean, obviously he goes to friends' houses.
Yeah.
There's not been a single night where he's not come to me and said, Dad, I'm going to bed and need a hug.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I'm like, yes.
And that will make him a better man who's in touch with, not to be fruity, but in touch with his emotions, in touch with his
No,
feelings.
that's
Right.
a good thing.
It's
That
a
is-
great thing.
It's not a bad
No,
thing.
it's awesome.
I grew up, and I mean, obviously, I'm a very emotional person, but I'm also a person that will that will also say, you know,
Yeah.
hey, good things about other people, whether I know them or not. And I'm
Right.
also, we grew up with, I love you after you get off the phone, before you go to bed.
Yep.
If you're leaving the house, you make a effort to go give a hug, give a kiss on
Absolutely.
the cheek. I love you.
Yep.
You know, I always am like that. I'm still like that, and I love, like, my one side of the family is very affectionate like that.
Yeah.
And you know, now I'm starting to see the other side as well. And speaking of that, my dad is on right now. So hey, Dad, what's happening? You know, so
What's up,
I
Pops?
got to go see him. You know, we stayed the night over there last night, so it's been cool to be able to go and spend more time with him as well. So
Well, and I think that's one of the things that, you know, our generation suffering fire and ice as we did, and misappropriation of affections, if you will. And then us growing up with that almost a demonized mentality of, well, we know what kind of affection we don't want.
Right.
How the hell do we figure out what kind of affection we do want?
Right.
right.
And I'm so thankful that I survived, you know, the what I went through and still didn't lose. I mean, that's a gift from God. I thank God for that, because I didn't lose my appropriate affections
Right.
that I needed as a kid, and then that I translated as, you know, as an adult. It's like it was still all there, even though I was abused. In fact, I think it was a bad experience. No, but I think it tempered me
Right.
to have a different or a more balanced perspective to go, I knew even more
Right.
what was inappropriate. Like you're just saying,
Right.
I knew I'm like, that's inappropriate. This is appropriate, you know? And I think that's so important. But in our day and age, it again, it goes back to kind of one of the themes emerging tonight is we need to be ourselves.
Yeah.
Love on each other, you know, give the hugs. I had to, you know, I came in, Heather gave me a hug. Did I get a hug from you, Nate? Or did
No.
you just walk past? I think
Fuck
Nate
yeah.
was so
I came to
focused
grab
on,
your bags.
Nate was so focused on getting the bags that we just didn't get. So Nate,
I was asked to do a
It's a-
test.
it's a
It was the
double-
ice.
it's a double embrace before I go. Make sure of that. Okay.
Doubly.
No, I mean, write that down. Right. You got the notepad. Double embrace before we go. Okay. And
I do have to say something. My dad just messaged
Done.
in the chat. He said, "I love you" in all caps.
there you go.
I love you too, Dad. See,
Yeah.
like,
See,
no,
that's
it's
so
important.
It
Right.
is.
It is.
Super important.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have experienced the loss of people, and I think this is so important because we never know. And I know that's everybody. You hear that all the time. You never know how much time, but you
Right.
don't.
You don't.
You're not guaranteed tomorrow, and the fact that there's been several times, hell, looking down at the Gully Road house when we
Yeah.
were sitting there
Yep.
doing stuff, and how many people that we have loved so hard and on purpose are no longer with us.
Yeah.
Garrett, what's the Zach?
Zach.
Who's the other?
Remember Big Tall John?
Yeah,
Was part of the church.
Bart.
Bart. We lost Bart.
I
Yep.
mean, so many of these
Yep.
people.
I mean, they
that-
were not just like us people that came around.
no, they were
Bart
family.
lived there.
Right.
Zach lived there.
Garrett
Garrett lived there.
Yeah.
John was there 3 to 4 times a week with church services and all sorts of stuff.
Exactly.
Beautiful, man.
Oh yeah.
And so it's you don't know, and so you got to cherish the moments, and that goes back to people being aware of themselves. Are you aware of the beauty that's around you?
Right.
And are you beholding it, or are you just forsaking it and getting another fucking Starbucks?
Yes,
and that-
there you go.
That's the thing I loved about Bart is, he was a real salty dog. But man, he was one of the most honest dudes you'll ever meet. And if he gave a shit about
Yeah.
you,
Oh, he would go to blows to make sure you knew he loved you.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, this dude
Oh,
was
yeah.
just those good old down to earth,
Yep.
Salt of the earth guys. And I mean, it was
Yep.
so great. Garrett was one of those guys that he would literally give you the shirt off his back. Hey man, don't worry about it. I'll go get it taken care of. You
Yeah.
need money? All right, cool, man.
Yep.
Hey, you want this? You want that? I mean, the dude,
Yep.
it was insane.
Yeah.
And they're no longer with us. So if you
Yeah.
are
what was
listening
Zach-
to this
what was Zach was
podcast or you hear
24?
this podcast 20 years down the road,
Yeah.
and you have somebody that you have not reached out to in a minute, get on the phone, get in your car, go to their house, show up and be like, hey, we're having a tea, we're having a coffee, we're going to grab
Don't
something. to
regret
eat.
it.
I'm spending time with you.
Yeah.
Because you are important to me.
Here now,
And
here's
you don't want to be down that later on in life regretting all the chances.
Oh,
that you
yeah,
didn't take
absolutely.
Now
here's a little Jesus insight. Okay. Now you can't get away from that with me. I may drop some F-bombs on the show.
Jesus insight, that's
but
great.
some Jesus insight. Okay. And I've taught this a lot, teaching about prayer and prayer. Prayer is 3-way communication. Okay.
Right.
You're speaking into your atmosphere. Whenever you pray, you're speaking to your atmosphere.
Yep.
You're obviously speaking to the Lord. Okay. Hopefully you're not speaking to Buddha or whatever, but you're also speaking.
Excuse me.
Sorry, you're speaking to yourself. You're speaking over yourself.
Right,
okay?
right.
So there's 3-way. But here's the important thing that I wanted to bring out. Okay. You're sitting there, you're driving down the road, you're whatever, you're somewhere, right? Whatever the hypothetical scenario is, or the literal scenario is,
Right.
you're sitting there, and somebody you haven't thought about for months all of a sudden pops in your mind.
Yep.
That is the Lord bringing that person to your remembrance. And if you acknowledge that, why am I thinking about that person? No, don't move past that.
Right.
Just work past that real quick. It'll take you just a couple weeks, and you'll watch.
Yeah.
The more you respond, you're like, oh, I'm thinking of. In fact, I think I hit Heather up the other day, and I said, hey, because all of a sudden you guys, I was working around the shop, it
Mhm.
popped up, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't listen to last week's podcast.
Yeah.
I need to do that. And I knew I needed to reach out to Heather and say, hey, how you guys doing? What's up?
Yep.
It's everything. Because we got some other stuff that we're working on.
Oh, absolutely.
But that is the Lord. However you interpret the Lord, that's your deal. But the reality is, if we would acknowledge when people pop into our mind and just go, you know what? Lord, I lift that person up to you. I speak good things over them. I speak blessings over them, because that's what blessings means. Blessing means empowered to prosper.
Yeah.
So you say, you know what? This person just came into my mind. Okay. I
Yeah.
speak blessings over them and then ask, is there anything more I need to do? Do I need to call them? Do I need to shoot them a text? Do I need to send them a love emoji? You know, do I need to do something? Because that's what's important.
It's so funny you say that because the past year, I think it was, that I started that kind of whole process of somebody pops into my head that I haven't thought about or talked to in a minute.
Yeah.
The minute I think of them, I'm dialing the number.
Exactly.
Hey, what are you doing? Let's go grab something to eat.
Yep.
Or, you know, you want to come over and, you know, throw
Yep.
it on a movie or something and chit chat and catch up.
Yeah.
And it's insane how 9 times out of 10,
They go, I was just thinking about you, dude.
well, that and what is even more humbling of, yeah, I really needed someone to talk to.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And they're
That's-
like,
that's the
how did
beauty
you
of it.
know?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going, I just paid attention.
Right. Right.
And it's so cool.
It's amazing. I remember when we were full blown into church services. One time, I literally woke up out of a nap, and I grabbed my phone and I hit send. Called Pastor Ken. I said, what do you need, bro?
Yeah.
He goes, are you kidding me? I goes, no, I just woke up out of a dead sleep, and the Lord told me you had a question. He's
Right.
like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no. I was like, because I literally heard his voice go, hey, man. And I went, and I woke up, hey, man. And I went, okay, hit the phone. And he's like, yeah, dude, I was just this question. It was tearing me up today, man. So here's what I got. And so he launched into this whole question. He's like, there's no way.
Yeah.
How the hell? And I'm like, dude, the more connected you are with people,
Right.
the more reminders you'll get about
Oh, yeah.
that, the more on level you'll be with people.
Yeah.
You know, how many times you're sitting there. I don't know if you guys get this, but the more in tune you are, dude, you'll know when somebody's going to call you.
It's so funny because
You'll be like, I've grabbed my phone and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, there's nothing. Ring. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yes.
I've done that 1,000 times. It was great. I was
You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was tripping Nate out the other night when we were playing cards. I'm like, that's gonna be hearts. He's like, what?
What?
I'm like, I just saw it was gonna be hearts.
And then
Not
a full
only was
hand
it
flashed
hearts.
through. I got a full hand of nothing but hearts and one diamond, and the called card was a heart.
Uh-huh.
And he called pickup. I had to pick it up. I had a full hand of hearts. And
Right.
Hearts was Trump all night.
That's funny.
I called
So-
next hand was diamond.
But that's the,
Oh, yeah.
again, talking about those the yoga pants, lounge pants, Starbucks people.
Launch pants.
Yes.
Lounge pants. If we would all just pay attention more to what's going on, man, we could be so much. And I know our circles are,
Yeah.
but the rest of the world could be so much more effective and positive and strengthening, and not in a new agey goofy way, but in a new agey good way.
And
New
I'm,
agey, old age, I don't give a shit. Just be good
Just
to
be
each
a good
other.
person.
Yeah.
I'm a people watcher in that aspect. So
Yeah.
anytime that I see someone that doesn't look like they're having a great day, I'll go up and talk to them.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles. And it's like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're like, you talking to me?
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like, yeah, you look like you needed someone to say hi to. And they were like, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Because apparently, I give off that creepy old guy vibe, but I don't care. I'm still saying hello.
No, it's not the creepy old. That's not the creepy old vibe. It's the startling vibe of you're actually paying attention to me. Because
Right.
no, sometimes you get that reaction like, what do you mean? And I go, that's your
Right.
uneasiness
Of course.
in being approached when you know you're dealing with something, and I get that. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to come in a soft way, in a gentle way to not put you off. But the reality is, you needed that hug, so just shut up. You've hugged some
All I
people,
can think
and
of
they're
is-
like resistance, and you're like, no, just receive it, take it in.
All I can
Deeper.
think of is
Well, on
brothers
that-
don't shake hands. Brothers got a hug.
All right. Well, on that note, guys, it is about that time. Not that I
Oh,
want
I
to
was
wrap
just
you
gonna put in
up.
my input on that.
I know.
I was just gonna throw my
Come on.
input on that little conversation
Give
too.
it-
I just made my grandmother's night by asking her if she wanted to hang out a couple of days next week.
Awesome.
Cool.
See?
That is
there you
awesome.
go.
No,
Application.
seriously.
Application,
Boom.
Because I
right
can't
there.
remember the last time we hung out together. So
Yeah,
it's-
and when somebody, whoever it is, pops in your head, sometimes you need to. That's an opportunity for you to forgive because you've been pissed off at somebody for a
yeah,
long time.
you just said that. My grandmother, doop, right in my head.
See?
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's really what it's all about, being connected with each other, man.
You got to be. I mean, when Nikola Tesla said, when you think of the universe, you think of energy, frequency, and vibrations.
Yeah.
We're all a living organism.
Yeah.
Well, you feed off me, I feed off you, we feed off our audience, we feed off, anything and everything that is going on.
Yep.
The energies, the vibrations, the frequency. I mean, we're being bombarded by frequencies daily.
They literally did the tests
Yeah.
on molecules.
Yeah.
And they did the test outside of the room.
Mhm.
And they got a certain reaction from the molecules. And then they went in and watched the molecules.
Yeah.
They were in direct observation, and the molecules did something different because they knew they were being watched. Now, this is on a microscopic level that literally elements within our physical world are responding because we're watching it. They're changing their behavior. Now, if a single molecule responds to you giving it attention, how much more the person sitting next to you, or a friend you haven't talked to in a while, or somebody around you?
Mhm.
That's the power of connection, man. That's what it's about. That's what the doing the podcast. You're just doing goofy shit and having a good time, but you're connecting with people. You got chat going, and people are getting encouraged and hearing
People are
about
laughing.
soap
Hopefully.
and yoga pants and essential oil.
Lounge
pants.
If we talk about everything, and that's why I
Lounge
really like
pants.
Thursdays, because we have that chance to get rid of whatever's been going on.
Get in the car, bitch. We're going shopping.
I
Let's get
purged
some
my
shows.
soul of all the bad.
So that's pretty much it on Thursdays.
Yeah, best
we're-
night of the week right here is Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
But we're definitely glad that we have listeners. We have awesome guests coming in, and we get a chance to hang out, build our bonds as well every week.
Absolutely.
And, it's been
Fabulous.
awesome. How many episodes are we down now?
We
73.
Actually, we're
Holy.
75 because we have 2 more episodes that we uploaded.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we are 75 episodes.
75.
3/4 of
Wow.
wow, that is insane.
73.
25 episodes to go to 100 shows.
Isn't
Wow.
it 73 live? We have 2 pre.
Yeah.
Three.
Nice?
3?
Yep.
So that's 72.
Two.
76.
Two pre.
2 pre.
Get it
okay.
figured out, man.
I don't know.
75 shows in already, and it's just,
Wow.
and it blows my mind. It's awesome to be able to still keep doing this. And I think I've only missed 2.
God
I'm
damn
the
it. That means I had to
juggernaut,
change the
bitch.
number.
It's
I think-
insane. We are 25 episodes away from 100 shows.
I've only missed 2.
That's awesome.
Damn it.
And
means
that
I had
was
to change the
only
number at the top of the
because
head. Yeah.
of surgery and Greta.
Yeah.
I've been on with every other one.
I've only missed 2 too. The one where I was down in Ohio, and the other one was Greta.
I've only been on 2. So what
Thank
the
you
hell?
for joining us.
You got some shit to
welcome
make up for.
back.
I know. I'm like,
Does that mean I had to change the number at the top of the pad?
yeah, where have I been?
No.
I have number 73 down.
Kelsey says, never mind. I'd pay to see Tony in leopard print yoga pants saying, get in, bitch. We're going shopping. In the best Beverly Hills voice.
We need to make that a
he can.
t-shirt.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That is a beautiful T-shirt. I can see
That
it.
would be.
Is this low fat? Because I'm so not drinking it if it
and
isn't.
Pat Schwerk shopping.
in that purple wig that me and you put up, who wore it best.
That was great. I
That
do have
was
to say.
great.
Purple wig and
See,
put a
I
pink
got-
stripe down the front of your beard.
Here's the great part about it.
Uh-huh.
I got the most love because I wore it the best.
He did not.
Totally
Everybody
did.
told him that he
Rocket.
did not.
That's right.
But I guess we are at that time though, guys, and I hate
Aw.
to, I know I've
You just-
enjoyed
aw.
We got to do the list.
I know that's what I'm getting to if you'd let me.
Oh, shit. We're doing the list tonight.
And I do have to
Good.
say,
God, man.
I'm so thankful because Nate's wearing the, no, you're right. Let's do it the dumbest way possible because it's easiest for
For
you
you.
T-shirt. And I literally have that T-shirt myself.
Nice.
And I literally have worked with a lot of people that I go, no, you're right. Let's do it the dumbest way possible because it's easier for you.
I wear it
Yeah,
because it
no.
reminds me of Tony.
Ha, 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 ha.
Aw,
You're
now that's some love.
There
right
Thank
you
you.
go.
That's right.
List.
Yeah.
Is it
Hold
time
on
for-
1 second. I got to
Oh.
pull this song up.
Oh,
That means I got to get in the... Oh, here we go.
Don't put it too close.
is this
though.
like a?
And tonight's sorry list would have to start with the chat. Polacks, Germans, Czechs, blondes, drunks, the president, jails, white chicks, and every basic white person out there.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeremy, for driving in this weather to come and hang out with us
It was my
tonight.
pleasure. I'm gonna get you guys hooked up with Skype and a bunch of other stuff so I can join more often
That would be
Yeah,
cool.
really
from
cool.
remote
Awesome.
locations.
Location.
Lurking.
Praise the
Remote
Lord.
Yeah, because then I can drink when I don't have to drive. So I had to taper
There you
off.
go.
Nate's refilled me, but I have to taper off because eventually I gotta drive home.
You're
I
calling
asked if
from
you wanted more
Antarctica.
ice. You could have said no.
I can't. No, I can't say no.
It is disarray.
It's disarray.
So I guess we're giving our listeners a big hug tonight
Yes.
as
Absolutely.
we're signing out. We got
Wherever
the sorry
you're
list.
at, give somebody a big hug.
That's right.
My dad just said, "I love yoga pants" in all caps.
So
No.
he
We
loves
need to make that a
you,
t-shirt.
and he loves
Right.
yoga pants.
I'm not
Right.
wearing yoga
All
pants
right.
for you, pops. Sorry, not happening.
No.
We need to
Those
make that a
jeans are
t-shirt.
pretty tight, anyways, Tony. They could be yoga pants.
Tony's face in the foreground, yoga pants in the back, and getting a car bitch. We're
Oh.
going shopping.
Yeah. Yes.
Somehow I think there's going to be a picture of me sleeping doing that because y'all ain't getting me in yoga pants.
No, we don't have to have you in yoga pants. Your face in the
Yoga
front, yoga
pants.
pants
Hey,
behind
you
you.
know
and the
they
words
do
on
a
the bottom.
lot of really cool stuff with Photoshop.
Hey, shut the hell
They
up.
do. I do a lot of really cool. I do a lot of really cool stuff with Photoshop.
Yeah,
So,
Tony, and
Tony,
some
we need a
yoga
full body
pants.
picture, please.
That is a
No.
T-shirt you guys need to.
I'll be
That's
working
a
on
don't
it.
make this weird because this is fucking weird. And you put that picture on there.
Oh, speaking
would
of
buy
pictures,
that?
before we sign off tonight,
Yes.
Yeah.
we got the coolest Christmas gift from our other intern, Olivia.
Nice.
It's a
don't make this weird.
yeah, it's a 6-picture frame. And it's got Chris on top, me below Chris, because apparently he
That's
can't
how
quit
the
me.
order goes.
Below me.
Totally broke back. Don't make this weird.
Broke back
Uh,
white man.
broke back women. We have the Asian persuasion, and then we have the lovely Heather on the other side of me, and she did that as a Christmas
Cool.
gift
Thanks,
to
Olivia.
Nice. Very
Don't
nice.
Make This
when you
Weird
guys
for
get
her.
in the hats and
Hopefully soon.
the T-shirts out.
That's what we're working
I mean,
on.
that's you know,
See, we got to talk after the show.
we got to talk.
Yeah.
bro.
We got a lot of stuff
We
going
gotta
on.
talk. We
We
got to
do got a lot of stuff
Yeah.
going on. Stay tuned for that, guys.
Yeah.
But
That's
anyhow,
right.
cue that beautiful music, Tony. And then we're gonna get out of here, and we will catch you guys again next Thursday with Gabe Humphrey. He'll be joining us in the studio, so don't miss that. And you guys, as always, just tune in, and we love it when you throw your input in chat.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Like, share, subscribe, do all that social media shit, and yeah.
If you like the channel, make it grow.
subscribe and share.
Subscribe
Good
and share.
night.